Hey, it's Dave. Vincent and I just got done working out, and we had a couple questions coming in, right?
Right.
Lay them on us, Vinny. Let's go. We're going to knock these out real fast.
What is the best rep range to get cut for summer?
What is the best rep range to get cut for summer? I'm going to answer this question in a couple different levels, if I may. First of all, I think a lot of people think that, like, to get cut, you need to do more reps, and that is wrong. Okay, so let's get that thinking out of our head first. My second answer is the best rep range is whatever you're not doing now. So if your reps are low and you're lifting heavy, then you need to switch that up. If you're doing a lot of reps, you need to switch that up. Okay, my third answer is this. When you're trying to get cut for summer, okay, the main thing that you need to do is get your diet right and be operating in a slight caloric deficit, okay? You need to be operating in a slight caloric deficit, and you need to lift weights. When dieting in a caloric deficit, you need to make sure that you are preserving as much muscle as possible. Therefore, to get, quote, cut for summer, as they asked in the question, we need to be lifting heavier. Okay, so if you're ready to start that cut, let's say you're going to start that cut in a month, I would suggest like this month should maybe be a slightly higher rep range cycle, okay? And then when you're ready to start that cut, move to heavier weights to preserve that muscle and make sure your nutrition's right, because if your nutrition's not right, none of it matters. None of it matters. Okay?
Yep.
There's my answer. You got one more question for us today. Go.
What do you think of high intensity things like supersets and drop sets? And then that includes stuff like quarter reps, half reps, pause reps, things like that.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a lot of like there's a lot of modalities that you can utilize to increase the intensity of a workout. Just real quick. And so what was the first one that they had listed there?
Supersets.
Supersets. So a superset is when you go from one set right to the next set with no break. What was the next one they mentioned?
Drop set.
Drop set. So a drop set is when you're doing an exercise with a weight, and then you're going to lower the weight without taking a break and continue going. And the other one is, and again, there's several other modalities like quarter reps. Half reps,
pause reps.
Right. Lots of things like that can increase the intensity of the workout. They can be good, okay? But I feel as though that they are often overused, okay? So someone says, oh, I want to get jacked, or I want to get this, so I'm going to start doing all these supersets, and I'm going to start doing all these drop sets. No. And I know, most of the people that so Vinny, you're younger, and because you're younger, maybe you can get away with a little bit more of that stuff. Okay, I will say this, the more jacked up your diet is, the less you can get away with that type of stuff. Okay, so especially as we get older and it becomes harder to recover, or if our nutrition is not on point, which makes it harder to recover, or if our sleep is not on point, which makes it harder to recover, we need to be very careful and limit the usage of those different modalities. Okay, so maybe, and everybody's a little bit different, but maybe you pick one of those, let's use supersets as an example, and maybe you do one series of supersets like one day out of the week for like one body part, maybe, okay? So let's say you're doing like chest, just as an example. Okay, maybe for that chest series where you're doing 3 sets, maybe you'll do 3 supersets, but again, that's once a week, like one superset a week, literally, like that's it. And again, so often people just start overusing this stuff and, oh, I can handle it, I don't feel stressed. Wrong. You can't handle it. And although you feel like you can, it is not the fastest way to the results. Okay, I know we have some other questions, but that's all we have time for today. We'll get those knocked out. And if you have any more questions about training or nutrition or your own personal plan, let us know. Hey, great workout today. That was a doozy.
That was a doozy.
See you guys. Have a good one.